wanted to stay down because I thought I was very tall, but let me climb up here. I want to thank the Biafran government in exile for bringing Ambazonia team here today. This is a wonderful opportunity. My legs are shaking, and I want to say it's a pleasure to have met and listened to Mr. Michael. In fact, I don't just know, I'm pumping out. And I want to make him to understand that
between the Francophones and the Anglophones, I'm aware, based on the Cameroonian community in the United States, in Washington, D.C., who say and describe how much of a police state it is as soon as they land in the country, how they're afraid to go back. I've been in, I've listened to phone calls that people have put on speakerphone to hear about the situation back home. So I am aware of the situation. Aside from a brief airport layover in Douala, I've never actually been to Cameroon. And I would hope to be able to write more about it in the future. The closest I have gotten is to the Central African Republic. But look, without doubt, this is my frustration with the United States. Africa is the second most populous continent. It is, when I look at the economy of Africa, largely, the fact of the matter is Africa is the continent of the 21st century. And I find it shameful, the difference between the rhetoric of the United States and the reality of our policy. We should not be ignoring Africa anywhere. And that means not only the good news stories, but also the problems, such as what's happening in northern Cameroon.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah, please, do you still have time for a few more questions? A lot of...
Of course I do.
Okay, thank you.
Violates freedom by a country that violates democracy, by a country that has been guilty of genocide. Finland must be better, and they must recognize that they should not be an arm of transnational repression.
gives us courage that they know. They actually know the truth. We only have to push and do the right things. Do it right, and they will hear. We will bring that wall down. So now it's time for lunch. The door is opening. Please, for those of us that have not received our tags, rather than go line up on the lunch line, you can allow people with their tags to go get their lunch. You go get your tag. By the time you finish with the tag, you go get your lunch. By then, the lines will be shorter. And we get back here at 2:15 p.m. We have a lot to do. Thank you.
Oh, go be said. Go be said, December 2nd, now for 2024, the 2nd December 2024, and the next way we get better. Move your friend.
Believe through what he's doing, through other contacts we're making, I think we can get recognition for Biafra from as well. So we'll be having a lot of conversations outside U.S. government with other governments that are sympathetic, and I think we could make a lot of international progress. Biafra's struggle for independence is a sublime one, in which the lands of its indigenous people can finally take control of their own destiny. For too long, the people of Biafra has suffered under colonial bondage and now neo-colonial oppression, being forced to be under the Nigerian yoke. With the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, that is all finished with. Let us strive to create a new nation which will serve its people and be an example to the world. My fellow Biafrans, my fellow freedom fighters, long live an independent and sovereign Biafra. Thank you.
Struggle got the pilot until they come out. Simon had the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we don't give up. Put Charlie for calling hell and say we conquer. Now what destiny? We want to save Africa, freedom and restoration.
Despite all these crimes by the Nigerian government, the Igbo nationalism, however, it became a solid political and social force after the Civil War. It has grown more militant, of course, starting in the 1990s, calling for the revival of Biafra. To get to your attention for some time, people thought the Biafran movement is dead. The Biafran movement is alive. The word that needs to be told to the world is what I'm saying. So because of the various forces that have emerged, but however right now, it is time for all the forces to join together for a common cause, focus on our fight to free the Biafran people against the main target, which is the Nigerian government. Biafra must unite in one front under umbrella of the Republic of Biafra government in exile and the leadership of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Yeah. What happened during this convention? I smell some rotten eggs. Do I sense some suspicion? Prime Minister Simon is in prison? We're not dying. Instead, we are multiplying into hundreds, thousands, and even millions until we reach the destination and the destination of freedom. This is a freedom fight, not about if, but about when. Biafra deserves to be free. And it will be free no matter the cost it demands. The Biafrans have faced so many arrests, torture, disappearances, calculated repression, and even death by the Nigerian government. If that is the sacrifice is what is needed, Biafrans are ready to pay more life for the future free and democratic Republic of Biafra and for the freedom of their kids. In the journey for independence or freedom, of course, you will face many obstacles and challenges. You will cross through so many fences, but you must endure and work together as a united front against your sole enemy, the Nigerian government, in order to achieve your goal and avoid targeting at each other. Remember what all repressors have in common: divide and rule. No matter what they do, we must unite in order to defeat them. We must organize and galvanize our Biafran community, whenever they might be, to support the movement for the freedom and the free Republic of Biafra for the benefit of all Biafrans. I think Biafrans are living under what I call a forced marriage by the Nigerian government. Forced marriage is not sustainable. It cannot live happily in peace and tranquility. The forced marriage reached a point of no return. Biafra do not wish ill of the Nigerian people, but they are demanding a divorce today, not tomorrow. If possible, Biafrans desire for their independence at a minimum cost, for the sake of the Biafran people and for the sake of the Nigerian people. If it was able to achieve the freedom through peaceful negotiations, settlements, dialogue, mediation, in that case, Biafra is ready to engage, while realizing there is no such words as peace that exists in the vocabulary of the Nigerian government. So Biafrans are simply asking to be free in order to decide their future. The hurt these forced marriage is creating is very painful, and it's leaving a lot of scars in the heart, painful memories, which is hard to forgive and forget. Biafran hearts are bleeding. They want the divorce, the marriage to end today, not even tomorrow. I could not conclude my presentation without explaining and giving you the good news why the Eritrean government is also here at your convention. We come here equipped with our flag, with our national anthem, and a sharp pen. I'm ready today to recognize the independence of Biafran government. Thank you. Yeah. So when we sign that agreement we will be the first nation to recognize the Biafran movement. And we ask other friends, other nations to follow suit. This should encourage for the rest to come, support the Biafran nation as the one before. There is nothing to stop them. For God's sake, 80 million population under repression, it is unheard of. So other nations should come and follow suit to support this movement of the Biafran people. We're going to do that. We're going to do that with a stroke of a pen, not a machine gun. So the enemies learn. You can do it peacefully. You can let Biafra free. So what can that accomplish? This even recognition and the Declaration of Independence. The sky is the limit now. The sky is the limit to go. It is waiting some work from us. With a little bit of diplomacy, yes, we can ask nations, yes, even go to as far as to the United Nations to seek representation. Come to the list as an observer nation, the same they do to the Palestinian nation. So we got a way to go, but it is doable. From here, nobody can stop you. As I finish my speech, I see some glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. I think it is a light of hope. It must be a light of justice. It is a light of freedom. It is a light of peace. It is a light of love. It is a light of togetherness. It is a light of prosperity. It is a light of happiness. A light of Biafrans going home. And above all, I believe this is a light of an independent Biafran nation. God bless the Republic of Biafra. God bless the nation of Eritrea. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great Biafrans, we are very much encouraged. We want to thank Eritrean President Baghdadi for his noble words. Biafra, indeed, we are alive under the Biafra government in exile. And we are going to get this done. Together in a joint force, we are going to focus on who are the problems. And we are going to know that there is nothing more fulfilling than freedom for our people. So without taking much, I would like us to give another hand of applause to Eritrean President. Thank you so much. USB. So now we are going to go on with the program, and I'm going to be inviting Professor Choma to come up, and we go to the next agenda. We are going home, Biafrans. We are going home. Are you all ready?
Yes, that's our Director General, Prof. Roby. Thank you, Professor Roby. And we thank the President of Eritrea, President Baruria. Thank you so much for being a friend of Biafra. Thank you. Great Biafrans. We know that we have a lot of dignitaries here. I know Biafrans at home and Biafrans here and every other place in the world are pumped because we have a lot of Biafra friends and well-wishers. And the next Biafra friend, our lobbyist, everyone knows him. In fact, we even call him our brother from another mother. So I call on our Minister of Finance, Minister 𝐤𝐨𝐺𝐸𝐶, to introduce our lobbyist Elias.
Struggle got to pilot until they come out. Someone had the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we go before.
Hello, dear friends. 𝐤𝐨𝐧𝐯, 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 𝐤𝐨𝐧𝐯. Thank you. On behalf of my boss, my Prime Minister, I'm here again on the day 2 of our journey. And we have been going to Washington, D.C. lately, meeting with Congress, and we are opportune to meet with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. And if you all don't know, Mike Johnson is the #3 ranking most powerful person on earth. After the president, you have the vice president, then the Speaker of the House. And we have met with a lot of Congress men and women. And we have somebody who made that happen. That is the 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚 firm. We have our lobbyist here with us, Elias. I call him my friend, and I call him my brother. So we have been in this journey together. Please welcome Elias. Elias, we're doing a really great job. Thank you. Take the stage.
Thank you. Thank you for that very generous introduction from the Minister of Finance. Please give him a round of applause for his tireless dedication to the government, and I appreciate his tremendous support. I also want to provide thanks to the Supreme Leader, 𝐜𝐨𝐲𝐚𝐿 𝐷𝐸𝐾𝐞, to the Prime Minister, His Excellency 𝐜𝐨𝐴𝐚, to the Chief of Staff, Dr. 𝐟𝐫𝐾𝐞, and all of the honorable cabinet ministers we have here today, to all the dignitaries, and most importantly, to the people of Biafra. Thank you. I also want to provide my personal wishes and prayers for the Prime Minister and his family during this challenging time, and will support him to see him through this moment of challenge. I also want to pass along the regards of my colleague, former Congressman 𝐁𝐢𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚, who wanted to come but could not do so due to some personal obligations. I just want to speak extemporaneously for a moment. I didn't write my speech, but I just want to make some comments about how I got involved in this wonderful movement and the struggle, because I do think, looking back retroactively, I think there was a divine providence that brought me into this. So it was very interesting. I've known about Biafra for some years. I knew about the indigenous people of Biafra. The IPOB was not involved. One day, by complete accident, online, when doing some research, I came across this Biafra Republic Government Exile website, and I was very surprised. I thought to myself, when did a Biafra government come into being? So I clicked on the website. I looked through it. I became more and more interested. And then I came across a profile of Simon Ekpa, and I thought, who is this Prime Minister Ekpa? And yeah. So I became more and more intrigued. I went to his Wikipedia. I read it, talking about all the work he's doing, how he's based in Finland, and I became more and more intrigued. I was like, this is such an interesting person. I have to find out what's going on here. So I sent an email to the general email of the Biafra Republic Government Exile website, just saying that I was interested in learning more about the organization, because I was genuinely curious. This seemed very fascinating to me. And I received back an email personally from the Prime Minister saying he wanted to speak with me. So we spoke for the first time, and I was immediately impressed. I saw how brilliant he was. I saw that he was a visionary leader. I saw that he knew he was doing, how tactical he was, but most important, I saw that he had the special, intangible qualities of a leader and a historic leader. And I immediately knew there's something very special here. And this is something I've experienced with. I've dealt with leaders, presidents, prime ministers all over the world of different countries. My own family, I come from a revolutionary family in Greece where we've had many generations of freedom fighters. So I have a good instinct when it comes to who has leadership qualities. And I could tell, okay, this person has something very special. And if I work with him, I think we could actually achieve what he wants to achieve. So over time, over many months, we developed a very close personal relationship. And also he saw something in me and he said, I really want you to get involved in this. I want you to be part of this cause. And so I began formally my lobbying representation June this year. And I think in a few months, we've changed the course of history. So I think there are larger forces at play, and I'm very glad that divine providence has brought me into this and will see us through this and to the goal that we want to achieve. And when I first started this journey, when I first was presented by the Prime Minister to the Biafran people, I said that I'll not only be a lobbyist, but a fellow freedom fighter for the independence of Biafra. And today I greet you as victorious independence fighters, because that's what you are. Yeah, my friends, this occasion is an illustrious one that will forever be in our hearts and will be passed along to future posterity as a seminal moment in our great struggle for freedom. The independence of Biafra will not only be a symbol of hope for the continent of Africa, but the entire world. Biafra will be a symbol of pride. In the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy and the United States government played an important role in supporting the decolonization of Africa and supporting various African independence leaders and African nationalist movements. President Kennedy understood that supporting the African people rather than the European colonists was not only the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but in the interests of the United States, which at the time had been competing with the Soviet Union for influence in Africa and throughout the world. Similarly, in this new age of great power competition, the United States has an obligation to support the new African independence movements of the 21st century and put an end to the legacy of neocolonialism in Africa. And Nigeria is one of the worst examples of neocolonialism, a failed British project. And the rise of Biafra will put an end to this nonsense in Africa. As the Biafran government lobbyist in Washington, D.C., I've taken the Biafran message, or we could even say the Biafran gospel, to the highest levels. We have spoken to the Congress. We have spoken to the White House. We have spoken to the think tanks and the decision makers in Washington. As the finance minister said, we have met with and presented the Biafra Charter to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson, the third highest level official in the United States government. And we've met with many members of Congress. The results have been overwhelmingly positive. We have received overwhelming support. We've already received many commitments. Not a single member of Congress or U.S. official that I've met with have expressed any support for Nigeria. So we're on the right track, and we're in a very good position as we move into the future. At this convention, we will have speakers from the most prestigious think tanks in Washington, D.C., including the Cato Institute, the American Enterprise Institute, and In Defense of Christians. We have seen the fruits of this engagement with powerful, longtime U.S. diplomats such as Ambassador Tibor Nagy and the American Enterprise Institute, Dr. Michael Rubin, who will be speaking at this convention. Highlighting the plight of the Prime Minister's attention, even critiquing Finland for what's happening, which is very significant. And in fact, there are articles in the news recently talking about the shock that people have about U.S. officials supporting the Prime Minister during the current detention. So this shows you the impact of what we're doing. In the next upcoming U.S. presidential administration, I believe there will be a number of independent African states or emerging African states which will be which will have their independence recognized. Yes. There are already many discussions. There's already talk about, for example, recognizing Somaliland as independent from Somalia in the coming Trump administration. With our work in Washington, D.C., we will guarantee Biafra's on that list of countries to be recognized. We will achieve U.S. recognition of Biafra. We're already very close. We're not far away. And once we have that recognition, it will be very easy to get UN recognition, other recognition, as I've said before, where the U.S. leads, others follow. So we will get there. I have also, through my international contacts, interacting with world leaders, have put out feelers about Biafra to other independent states, including in Africa. As you heard, my good friend and my other client, the president of the Eritrean government in exile, recognizes and will be the first country to recognize the United States of Biafra. As President Badarai noted, while Eritrea gained independence from Ethiopia in 1991, the people of Eritrea have been under a brutal dictatorship since that time and have not had their freedom. And President Badarai wants to bring freedom and democracy to his people, and it's been an honor to represent his cause in Washington, and he is very strongly supported by our government over the current dictatorship in Eritrea. So his recognition of Biafra is very significant. And I believe through what he's doing, through other contacts we're making, I think we can get recognition for Biafra from other states in Africa and other countries as well. So we'll be having a lot of conversations outside the U.S. government with other governments that are sympathetic, and I think we can make a lot of international progress. Biafra's struggle for independence is a sublime one, in which the lands of its indigenous people can finally take control of their own destiny. For too long, the people of Biafra have suffered under colonial bondage and now neo-colonial oppression, being forced to be under the Nigerian yoke. With the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, that is all finished with. Let us strive to create a new nation which will serve its people and be an example to the world. My fellow Biafrans, my fellow freedom fighters, long live independence, long live an independent and sovereign Biafra. Thank you.
Struggle on the pilot until they come out. Simon had the pilot. Go to hell and tell Elisa we go before. We Charlie for Colonel and say we conquer. And in our destiny we want to save Africa. Freedom and restoration. If you don't get mine, come up with me. Collect with you, with you. Oppression, I don't dance, it will stop us. Happy killers, they don't stop us. People hunger, people reach us. They kidnap and now they now we steal from us. Yes, everywhere from Nigeria down rocket. We put the struggle for the pilot. Nigerians they complain, say hunger too much, say suffer too much. But my people gallant, 10 billion thanks to 𝐤𝐤𝐚, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, all in Biafra. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Africa, well, independence, freedom to Africa, bye bye to Nigeria. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Despite sins and myself, the struggle, sacrifice. You said the struggle, this thing govern us. Rest in peace to all our gallant soldiers with them fall. Respect to all our fallen heroes with them fight. Yeah. Despite all the realization, intimidation, we still stand out when I get support from United Nations, Joe Biden animations, ISIS and Arabic nations. We still sing that freedom song. Yeah, yes, everywhere from Nigeria down rugged. Oh yeah. We put the struggle for to Nigerians. They complain, hey, say hunger too much, hey, say suffer too much. But my people gallant, 10 billion thanks to Timoju, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Head, all in Biafra. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Biafra, well, independence, freedom to Africa, bye bye to Nigeria.
Yes, thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Mr. Elias, we want to appreciate you for your words and your commitment to this liberation. Like you rightly said, where United States go, others follow, and we are looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Elias. Our next agenda on the list is a presentation by the chairperson of the Biafra Business Department, no other person than Honorable Bridget Wadje. Please come up to the stage. Thank you.
All hail Biafra. All must hail Biafra. Please, let all our brothers and sisters all over the world hear your voice. All must hail Biafra. That is better. Our consultant, Elias, said, where US goes, the whole world follow. And he has guaranteed us Biafra. All hail Biafra. My name is Bridget Wadje, and I am the Director of Businesses and Investment for Biafran government. And I am here as the chair of the business team. And so I'd like to welcome all of you, every one of you that is here. You have made history, all of you. You have made history for your family, all of you. You have made history for your village, all of you. You have made history for our homeland, all of you. Even those that are in the bush protecting us from going there, you have made history for them. It is you that matters. Without you here, there is no declaration. So open your mouth and say, all hail Biafra. All must hail Biafra. What our grandfathers couldn't do, what our grandmothers couldn't do, what our ancestors couldn't do, we have done it today. Where US goes. Excellent. I would like to offer my greetings to our leader, Right Honorable Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who started all of this. He laid the foundation. So wherever he is, we salute him and we bless him and we tell him that he will come out, because now we've got Biafra. I would also like to extend my greeting to the Right Honorable Simon Ekpa. He's actually watching us. He's actually watching us. He's actually monitoring us. He's actually encouraging us. He wants all of you to be strong. He wants all of you to be comforted. He wants you to continue to do what you do. Do not relent. Do not relent at all. God bless every one of you. Thank you so much. I bless all of you. And because I've come here on behalf of the business team, there are some business team that are within the audience. Can I please ask you with all due respect to stand up so that they can acknowledge you? You've done so much work. Every business team member that's here, some have not managed to come. There's Honorable Bernie, there's Honorable Famadina, there's Honorable Ngozi, and I can't see who's at the back. And there's Honorable Reverend Ebenezer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So within the business team, we have a lot of projects. And today I've only brought 2 of the projects to you. We are not criminals. We are funding our project. We are doing our own stuff. We know where we want to go. And so do not relent. The fact that we've now got Biafra, there's a lot more work to do. There's a lot more work to do. Bible said that weeping endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Our joy has come, Biafrans. So do not relent, please. This is the time to do a lot of work. And hence, I've come to present some of the stuff we have. Some of you may have seen this presentation before, but now we're putting this to every Biafran worldwide. There are people who don't want to join. There are people who are doubting, but now this is the time. So the first thing we want to present is the Paradise Home, the Biafran Paradise Home. I can see that. Okay. So what we've done as a government, working with the urban development, who is the minister is here, right, Reverend Ebenezer. We're working with them to be able to begin to build very beautiful homes. And before any home can be built, there's a lot of work that the urban team have put together. You're talking about the erosions we have at the moment. There's going to be electrification. There's going to be quite a lot of rules and standards. So you can't just come into the new Biafra and begin to build. There will be a standard. There will be a code given to you to make sure that the building does not collapse, to make sure that there is enough electricity. Everything you see in the Western world, we want to do more in the land of Biafra. And so once all of that is done, we are establishing this building. We have studio flats. So if you interested in having a beautiful property within the land of Biafra, within the Ebube is our capital. So we're going to kick off there. But for every 40 states of Biafra, we would also have their own capital and have the same property built there. So our studio flats come from $25,000. If you wanted to buy a 1-bedroom, it's $35,000. If you wanted to have a 2-bedroom, $45,000, and a 3-bedroom, $55,000. Now, these are heavily discounted. This is literally about 30% of the value based on the kind of work we're doing with Reverend Ebenezer, the minister, and the team. It will be fantastic. It will be comparable to any property you see in the world. And then we have independent homes. So if you wanted your own 5-bedroom house, we will charge you $100,000. And so if you're interested in any of these properties, please let us know. We'll be honored to work with you. And of course, some of you are already engaged in it. But those that are not, those that have been waiting, they've got millions and billions, and they say, let us wait to see what would happen. This is the time, my brothers and sisters, to come and support us. We need to raise money to move. We have a lot of consultants to pay. We have so many people, so much expenses now. So this is the right time, please, to key in into what we're doing within Biafra. Now, if you want to immortalize your family name, you can invest in the street. The street is $15,000, and that street will remain there forever and ever. If you wanted to buy a lane, please invest. If you wanted to buy a crescent, all the prices are there, and I'm sure you can all see it. If you wanted an avenue, if you wanted a boulevard, that will cost you $100,000. Now, there are other buildings like the hospitals and the stadium. Some of those, we probably sell them maybe in the near future, and some will also be given to our heroes and those that have done a lot to make today possible. But at the moment, this is what we are selling. So if you are interested, there's a whole document. We've got a whole legal team that are working on this, and they'll be very honored to work with all of you. So just like a kind of intro, this is a sample of our studio flat. So that's how it's going to look. We're not going to give you the bed though, but all the so don't come and say, where is my bed, where is my pillow, where is this? You need to do that bed, but the ambientness of it will be comparable to some of the best hotels you've seen today. So that's an example of our one bedroom. That's the studio we're selling for $25,000. And then we've got our one bed. We've got our one bed in a complex, really, really beautiful, well-serviced property. And that's going for $35,000. And then we've got our 2 bedrooms and our 3 bedrooms. And we've got the box homes for $100K. So again, if you're interested, do contact us so we can have the conversation. So what we've got, what you can see here is the map of the area. So within that will be sections for businesses, sections for leisure, and section for homes. So it's all being sectioned out again by the urban development. There's an extensive amount of work being done, and of course, our PM is part of this group. He oversees everything we do, and we work well with him. So everything I'm saying today, we've discussed it extensively, and it's been approved by our PM. So that is the property. Please, dear friends, both those that are here and abroad, wherever you're listening to, this is the right time to key in, because where US goes, the whole world will follow. Come and be part of it. Please come and be part of it. We need the money to pay our consultants. We need a lot more consultants. What our shouting and our talking and our everything we do cannot do, our money will do it for us. It is the money that will knock on bigger doors. It is the money that will go to all over the world and get us what we want. It is your money that will go to the 4 corners of the universe and make them to like us. That very cornerstone which the builder have rejected. This is it. This is it. We are the Biafrans. This is it. So we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate. God bless all of you. So now, can I have, he's talking. Excuse me. Yeah, can I have the other bit, please? Yeah, he's coming. Thank you so much. Excellent. All right, so as I said, I brought 2 items today for this meeting. So we've talked about the properties, and if you are interested, do talk to us later. Now, the next item we're selling, or we're getting you all to participate, again, all of you here and those abroad, those that are not here, those that are listening, is what we call the special IOU loan. IOU loan is given by the Bank of Biafra. So Bank of Biafra is inviting you, those that are here and abroad, to come and give a loan to the bank, to enable us to pay wonderful consultants, to enable us to do what we need to do, to lobby many people to get Biafra. This is where the job begins. We have now climbed to the top of the hill, and we need to now come down. We need your money, we need your support. Everything you have done from the beginning to this day, we want you to continue. I want you to continue in your groups, those that are giving regularly, through donation, whichever way you supported Biafra. Please continue, do not give up. We do need the money to be able to do what we need to do. So the Bank of Biafra is inviting you to participate in a special IOU loan. Now, I'm taking my time so that all of you can see the website. That is our website. So you go into Biafra Government in Exile, and then you select IOU. And that's where the information lies. So I'm going to very briefly go through that. So when you arrive on this page, there is a helpline, and that helpline is answered within the 4 corners. So actually, sorry, I forgot to introduce somebody. Is Honorable 𝐤𝐤𝐚 here? Honorable 𝐤𝐤𝐚, are you here? Yes. Oh, I didn't see you. Please give him a round of applause. He is absolutely behind this IOU, and we work together on it. Welcome, please. Welcome, Honorable 𝐤𝐤𝐚. And so this telephone number is answered within 24-hour zone. So anytime you wake up in the morning, no matter wherever you are, and you want to participate, if you ring that number, somebody somewhere will answer your call and talk to you about IOU. Alternatively, if you prefer, you can send us an email, businessteam@biafranrepublicgovernment.org. Please note all of this. so that you can get in touch. And I hear you ask, what is IOU loan? We've given you all the information. So the special IOU allows people, you, your friends, to lend money to the Biafran government. Biafran government guarantees full repayment of the loan lent to us, plus 100% interest. And there's also a very special gift for those that participated in this. The government will repay you when it's fully established in the homeland, and until then, partial or withdrawal. We will reward you. We will keep your information very confidential. As I've said, there will be additional reward. Once it's been processed, a certificate will be issued to you by the business team, and some of you already would have received your certificates. Now, there are multiple categories of the loan. So if we start from the lowest, the minimum entry into this loan to the Bank of Biafra is $1,000 or 1,000 ejima. So if you invest between $1,000 and $5,000, you get a bronze certificate. If you invested between $6,000 and $10,000, you will receive a silver certificate. If you invest between $11,000 to $25,000, you will get a gold certificate. And I'm very proud to say that is the level many Biafrans aim to be. So please clap for everybody that participated. Absolutely wonderful. We are really, really honored, very, very honored and privileged. And then if you invested between $26,000 and $50,000, that is the platinum certificate. And diamond is $51,000 to $100,000, and then we have Californium, which is over $100,000. And I'm also saying there are Biafrans who are also at that level. Please give them a clap offering. That is fantastic. This is what we do. This is what we do. God bless everybody that have participated, and I hope others after this declaration will participate. Now, the next level is, so those are the categories. And then what are the creditor requirements? When Famadina and Honorable Famadina, Honorable 𝐤𝐤 brought this idea to the business team, we wanted to sell it as a bond. But then, as you all know, bond has so much issues around it. And that's why we've called this a special IOU loan. So it's very different from bond. And therefore, we've restricted it to Biafrans, and either by birth or by marriage. We've also restricted it to the friends and supporters of Biafra. The creditor must be at least 18 years of age. And yes, you are allowed to purchase multiple IOUs. When does it mature? The loan matures. All IOUs will mature when freedom is restored and Biafran government is fully established in the homeland. And until then, partial or full withdrawal is not permitted. So when you go online, all those information are there for you. And then we've given you the step 1 and step 2 and step 3 and step 4. All those things are the things I've already just covered. And then once all of that is done, that is a very simple form. Your details, who is your next of kin, are you a Biafran, your address, all your details are there on the form. And then if you have more than one next of kin, you need to complete that information. And again, the helpline is there if you prefer for somebody to support you, please give us a call. And again, we've repeated the categories to enable you to understand. And then you'll ask you, how much do you want to give? And when you click that, it gives you the whole category, of how much you choose to give. And then you choose your method of payment. Are you paying by a card, PayPal, wire? All the payments are there. Are you paying by third party? Third party is where you give money to somebody to make the payment on your behalf. And once all of that is done, you need to acknowledge and accept. I hereby acknowledge that I read I understood and I agree to all the terms and conditions of this IOU loan contract. The act of this document, submitting this document, constitutes full and binding acceptance of this contract. And then you check it there, and once you've checked it, you submit. And as soon as you submit, a copy of the form will automatically hit your email address, and that's it. And then you, within 10 working days, if all goes well, your certificate will be issued to you. And then you just select this key and you make your payment. Dear Biafrans, we do need your support. Biafra needs your support. It isn't just about the declaration. It's beyond today. It's what you do, how you support us, that will make us pay our consultants and so many other consultants. There are lawyers, international lawyers we need to bring on board. We need a lot more than our brother Elias. If you pay him, we get him to coordinate. It's only your money that can help us to do this. So I appeal to everybody, both here and at home and abroad. We do need your support at this stage. Please participate in an IOU. Please purchase the property. Even some of the people who have actually invested in the property or that have invested in IOU are elected for that money to be put towards their property. So whichever combination you want, do get in touch with us. Thank you so much. God bless you all. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Thank you so much.
Injunction at the Congo, yeah. Oh, Biafra, Gala, oh, I that's all. That's not all. We don't take place. We tell it to get what I you know the look there. That's all.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairwoman. Thank you. And Biafrans, I hope we understood what she just taught us, and I hope we key in. All right. So we are still continuing with the theme that we are on. And now we call on stage Pharmacist Diana Eme. Pharmacist Diana.
Struggle got to pilot until it come out. Simon and the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we go before.
Yeah, okay. I feel so special. I have something that has come over me. Anyone that knows me can hear me say always that I am not happy for the fact that our ancestors lived under the condition that they did. And I'm wondering, why did they do that? Why did it take so long? And then I swore that as long as I live, that I'm going to leave this place a better country and a better world for our generations to come. So the wind of victory and freedom in the air is just overwhelming. So I would like you all to say, victory and freedom for Biafra. Victory and freedom for Biafra. And this victory and freedom is going to be eternal. We will never lose it. Those that thought that by not telling our stories to our children is going to sink us, not knowing that they got us prepared. Now that we're up, nothing will ever stop it. We're going to sing it to our children. We're going to go to the top of the mountain and say it and then shout it and then dance on there. As Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, when this victory and freedom will come, we're going to dance on the streets and then they'll think na mmanya na-egbu anyị. It's going to be eternal. And we will do everything to protect it. Getting the victory and freedom is just a part of it. The bigger thing is coming. Like I say all the time, I get Worogadan, Jerry, up to work. Freedom must be funded. It must be funded because anahabaka achwehi. If we do not fund it, then we may not be able to defend it. Getting it is one thing, and defending it is the greater thing. And that's why the IOU and everything that we're doing here to help us generate some finance to fund our freedom and to defend it. So on that, I'm going to call on, I'd like to acknowledge and call on Father Anthony Agowa. Father Anthony Agowa, are you here, please? Is he here? Father Anthony Agowa. Father Anthony Agowa. And then mentioned it. We showed it to our PM. He liked it, and they said that we should work on it. Even though it was a very short-term project, just 2 months. But the PM said we should, go into it, even if it's a test project. Father Agowa, actually, I'm going to let Father Agowa tell us the background or the basics of this Biafra Freedom Raffle. Thank you.
freedom for Biafra. Victory and freedom for Biafra. So we thank God for bringing us to this point and for what is going to happen in the years to come. So the journey has started. And we know once God has started with us, we are not going back. So talking about the raffle, I mentioned it to PM and he was okay with it. He said I should talk with some members of the team. And the raffle, those of us from Imo State, that's old Imo State. So we know the story of the Sam Mbakwe Airport. So the Sam Mbakwe Airport came because Mbakwe is one leader who identified with the pains of the people. He knew how hated our people are in that enclave, Nigeria. And then that these are people who travel a lot, and we have need for something like an airport. Those who travel a lot don't have an airport. So Mbakwe thought, how can we do this? If they don't have us at heart, we have to do something, just like the idea of our liberation now. So you cannot hate yourself when you are hated. So you build yourself in love, and that's what we did. So Mbakwe came up with the idea of the Imo Airport, the raffle tickets. So I was a kid then, we were in the elementary school. So, and identified with that project because of the jingle we had. My dad was also in the Biafra War. And a lot of times he wouldn't want to talk about what happened. So you look at your dad, you know that there are things he doesn't want you to know about. He was at the heart of the war. So he died 3 years ago. So the idea of the raffle draw was, and then the idea of the raffle draw came. And I still remember the jingle, you know, as little kids, when anything gets into the mouth of the kids, so it sells to the community. So the song then is Imo Airport here, Imo Airport here, Imo Airport here, Imo Airport, Ono Wala, Tinyakaya, Kanijero ya, Ehine Wegodo, Nachia Neburia Iji. So that was the song, and that is also the message for all of us. So the freedom is in your hands. It is in our hands. And it is our collaboration, our contributions that will lead us to what we dream for. So, and then that's what the idea of the raffle, we said, he did it, we got an airport. If all of us contribute too, by buying the tickets, by supporting the raffle for the liberation of Biafra, we will get our dream as quick as possible. So that's the idea of the raffle draw. Thank you.
Thank you for the AGOA. Thank you. And one thing he forgot to mention is the symbolism of the $20 raffle. Remember, after the 1967 to 1970 war, what we were given, our parents were given, was only beds.
20 naira, right? Yeah. It's, 20 pounds, I'm sorry. So that's the symbolism. And then we decided, now we're gonna do this for $20, and this $20 is gonna be for victory, and it's gonna be for freedom, and it's a win, all right? Okay, so here we're gonna play this raffle now. We're gonna do the drawing. You know, the Bridget government is known for its transparency. And we are gonna watch it, not behind the scene, but you're gonna see it on it's gonna be projected. So, so first of all, come on. Okay, is it projecting now? Okay, just stand by, because I'm gonna. If you look at the projector there, you see some numbers. Like I told you, this was a short-term project. It is a test project. And then with the results of what we got from this test project, we're gonna continue it after this time. And me, you, and everyone gonna have to key in. We have to play this raffle, because when you play, you win. If you don't even play, you still win. It's our freedom, right? It's for our freedom. We call it Biafra Freedom Raffle, or Biafra Raffle Freedom. So that's what it is. So here, if you look at there, you're gonna see, like I said, it's just 2 months. And then within that 2 months, a lot was also achieved. So you see the names of the people. You're gonna see the player's name. You see the phone number, and then you see their email. Those that played this raffle, all you needed was just your email. You can also even go there as a guest. You don't have to put anything. It's your email and then your credit card or your gift card. So with this, we're gonna do what is called, random. That's good, because that's what. So while you watch, we're gonna do what is called random generator. The random generator generates numbers. We have list of names, and then the number of tickets that you bought. I remember a lot of people ask me that they bought 10 tickets or they bought 1,000 tickets, and all they have is just one receipt. Yes, that one receipt is in here. It's gonna come up 12 times if you bought 12 tickets. If you bought 1 ticket, it's gonna come up 1 time. If you bought 10 tickets, it's gonna come 10 times. So you have 10 times, chances for you to win. So now we're gonna put the minimum random number and then the maximum. And then we are gonna watch it. So, okay, so watch. Let's see who is gonna be the winner. Number 452. 452. Now let's go to the Excel. Good.
My 452 is Michael 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚. Michael 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚 is, yeah, that's the first prize, and the first prize is $5,000. $5,000. Yeah, yeah, Michael 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚, are you here? Yeah, 5,000 hard currency ejema. Okay, so we're gonna do the second one. So we're gonna put another. So it seems like Michael 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚 is not here, and then we're gonna find a way to contact him. So let's go, let's do another generation, number generation. Number 65. 65, and that's 65. What's number? 65. Is it 65? That's the next one. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Bellaria Circle. Yeah, no. It's Florida. 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐚, Florida. The player is 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐚. Woo! So we have a winner. We have a winner. 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐚. Yeah. So that's the second winner, and that's 3,000 hard currency ejema. So the next one. So the final and the last one, number 248. So yeah, 248. 248. Yeah, 248. 𝐜𝐤𝐚. 𝐜𝐤𝐚. I said, oh, it's not, but I said, 𝐜𝐤𝐚. Okay, the third winner is 248, and that name is 𝐜𝐤𝐚. 𝐜𝐤𝐚. And the prize is 2,000 hard currency ejema. Thank you, everyone. We will get in touch. We have one of the winners here, and then we're going to get in touch with the others. Please.
We are speaking to you today because we are calling you to this shared responsibility that we all have. Biafran's struggle for independence began in the late 1960s, driven by the political, economic, and social marginalization within Nigeria. The declaration of the Republic of Biafra in 1967 symbolized the determination of its people to fight for freedom and justice. The Nigerian Civil War, 1967 to 70, led to immense suffering, including famine, and loss of over 5 million lives, of which 3 million were children starved to death. I need you to think about that as you're coming out from lunch. I need everybody who is listening to us today, if you're sitting by your system, by your TV and listening to us today, or watching this program at any time, just imagine the starvation of 3 million children. Let this resonate with you when you're clicking on the link for the BLT, so that when you're giving to the Biafran people, you will give to us that which will cost you a thing. Because for Biafra, we are ready to do everything and anything. Although the war ended, Biafrans have continued to face political exclusion and economic challenges, keeping the dream of our liberation alive. That's what they don't understand. When you oppress us, you fuel our desire to be free. Because we were created free, isn't it, guys? We were all created free. Today, millions of Biafrans worldwide remain united by a shared history of resilience and hope. The Biafran Liberation Task is a step towards fulfilling this long-standing vision, honoring past sacrifices, and building a future of Biafra and self-resilience. Now, when you're paying all this, when you're making all these payments, you should always know and have in the back of your mind why you're doing all of this. You're not just doing it because you want to give some government your money, but you're doing it for some certain reasons. Advocacy and diplomacy. This will support efforts to gain international recognition and advocate for Biafran rights. Now, just like Michael said, I'm going to point again. We need more Elias on our side. We need more of Elias on every side that Biafrans are. Because with more of Elias, oh my goodness, the whole world will speak, listen, eat, and dream Biafra. Because Elias, our friend, has done a great job in making sure that our dreams, our voices are heard. You shouldn't only be heard in Washington, D.C., but in every corner where Biafrans exist. Just like the CEOs took all the trips she took. When we have more of Elias by your contribution, which will help us achieve that dream, it will be a walkthrough whenever we make any step towards this liberation. Self-reliance. This will reduce dependence on external support and ensuring sustainability of our initiative. Most importantly, ensuring that our army have everything they need to protect and defend our motherland. Without your support, we can't do this. Now, when we talk about shared responsibility, I want us all to come with me. Shared responsibility strengthens unity. When there is shared responsibility amongst brothers, there is unity because you're working towards same purpose. Imagine if 500,000 Biafrans in the United States, which of course has over 2.5 million Biafrans, each sacrifice $5, the cost of a coffee, in one day, just $5. This simple act could raise 2.5 million 𝐤𝐤𝐚 in a week. We have the number, we have the population, and we must use what we have. When we were sent on exile in different countries in the world, this was the reason why 𝐤𝐤𝐚 made it possible for us to succeed wherever we are. Multiply this effort across Canada, Europe, and all the parts of the world where Biafrans, of course, live. and the potential becomes monumental. Just as tax funds the progress of nations worldwide, the liberation tax will fund our quest for freedom, development, and self-sufficiency. Now, don't think there is no reward to your contributions. The rewards comes in different phases and forms. The cost of liberation is high, yes, we know, but the reward is immeasurable. By paying your liberation tax, you're not just funding the fight. You are investing in the future of Biafra. That Biafra that you and I speak of, that heaven on earth, that is where you're putting your investment. Like the taxpayers in the church, the offerings in the church, your contribution makes it easy for your government to be able to achieve the dreams that they have for our dear nation, Biafra. You are investing in the future of Biafra, my people. A free Biafra means self-governance, dignity, and the ability to shape our destiny as a people. When you make these contributions, when we are able to do what we are supposed to do, we will make the decisions that pertains and concerns the people of Biafra, all by ourselves. When we contribute, we also show the world that Biafrans are united and determined. Remember, it is a shared interest. It's a shared goal that we are all putting together. So we are giving the world that picture of the Biafra that we have always all known. Our collective actions demonstrate that even the smallest contributions, I made mention of $5. Onyendu once told us in the United States to make a contribution of $1 each. That's because he knows the population of our people. I am just lucky to be the seventh of Onyendu and the seventh of the Biafran people. So I will always make reference to what my leader has said, so that if you don't listen to me, you can listen to Onyendu. The Igbo saying, 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚. Thank you very much. Ndibani, my people, it is time for us to 𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐼 𝐸𝐸𝐚. It is the simple truth. We can do everything we are doing, but the most important thing we are going to do is our collective action. Our collective action in funding, not just in speaking. It will give us, and it will get us faster to where we're going. Unfortunately for our enemies, we're already in Biafra. So what we are doing now is pushing towards everything that is going to get us a final homestay for our mass exodus 2024. Oh yes, 2025. That is 𝐁𝐢𝐚𝐟𝐫𝐚, that is my brother on X, and everywhere we go. And it's not just about these rewards that you see. Personally, by contributing to the BLT, you become a part of history and contribute to a noble cause. Who doesn't like noble cause? This is the dream people have dreamt all their lives, and no cause like this came their way.